Roy Keane jibed at Sir Alex Ferguson's decision to miss a Manchester United game to attend his son's wedding. Keane was a guest on the latest episode of Gary Neville's Overlap podcast, where the two United legends squared off against Micah Richards and Jill Scott in a Manchester Derby quiz ahead of the FA Cup final. The outspoken Irishman has had his fair share of run-ins with his former Old Trafford boss in the past, but took another dig at Ferguson for his decision to miss United's Derby game at Main Road in 2000. When asked to name the lineup from the first Manchester Derby that Keane and Neville had started together, Neville wrongly believed it was the infamous encounter at Main Road in 2000, saying, "I think this was 1-0. Beck's free kick, the boss not there." Do you know that game, or was that later? Do you know the one I mean? Did you play in that then? Scott was quick to question why Ferguson had been missing from the game, to which Keane sarcastically replied, "His son was getting married." Obviously, because he always did what was right for Man United. But he obviously went to his son's wedding, yeah. Keane also dug at United's assistant manager at the time, Steve McLaren, who took charge of the game in Ferguson's absence. Keane jibbed, "Steve McLaren took it, didn't he?" "Steve definitely took it." "Well, we took it. Steve was there. Steve was assistant to us that day, wasn't he?" The first Manchester Derby the pair had first started together in was actually in 1995, also a 1-0 victory for United, which was won by a Paul Scholes goal. Whilst McLaren is back at United as part of Erik ten Hag's backroom staff. Fergie famously missed just 3 United games during his 27-year tenure at United, missing 1 game for his brother's wife's funeral and the second for his son's wedding. The third came in his latter years at United when he travelled to watch young Atletico Madrid goalkeeper David De Gea, where he was immediately convinced the then 19-year-old would become Edwin van der Sar's heir at Old Trafford. De Gea arrived in 2011 for a fee of £18.9 million after the legendary Dutchman retired that summer. The Spaniard now sits 7th in United's all-time list of appearance holders with 542 to his name, and is expected to remain at the club next season, with Ten Hag eager to extend De Gea's current deal, which expires in the summer.
Now